The fitness subscription company Peloton has been in the news after its most recent advert somewhat backfired. In fact, that's something of an understatement because its most recent advert wiped out $1.5 billion from the value of the company. Now, for that to have occurred, I would have thought that advert would have said they're proud to be associated with ISIS. If you're not familiar with Peloton, they're best known for making exercise bikes that allow their customers to take part in spin classes in their own homes. Now, the subscription for this service starts at around £430 a year, and the bike itself costs around £2,000. £2,000 for a bike that doesn't move. Thus far, this service seems to be marketed at people who score very poorly on the money to sense index. If you've seen their other adverts, they're full of very fit, young, dynamic people having a wonderful time, but that's just advertising. You're unlikely to see someone like me on an advert, a portly, bald, middle-aged chap. In fact, if you see an advert with a guy with male pattern baldness, he'll be there as the brunt of some sort of joke. Occasionally you see adverts with obese women, but they're from clothes companies that sell plus-size clothing. There'll be a group of women frolicking around happily on the beach, ecstatic that they're careering towards type 2 diabetes. But the Peloton advert is called The Gift That Gives Back. And it starts with a woman coming downstairs with her daughter. And the strange thing with this advert, as a Brit, is that all the people in this advert are Caucasian in this family unit. Because if you watch British adverts, you could be forgiven for thinking that everyone in Britain is either in an interracial relationship or is a homosexual. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, it's just been done to tick all the fucking diversity boxes because the majority of people in Britain are still white and heterosexual. That isn't meant to sound right-wing, it's just a statement of fact. But back to this Peloton advert. So the woman comes down the stairs with her daughter and she's overjoyed that her husband or partner, we don't know which, has bought her this exercise bike. And this is where the complaints have started. Because the underlying tone of it feels a bit 1950s. Like he's gone, here woman, here's an exercise bike. Make yourself fitter and more attractive for me. And the problem with this is the woman in the advert already looks like she goes to the gym 5 fucking times a week before she started. But I'm going to put a link to this advert in the description. Because if you watch it, it's like the trailer for a fucking horror film. What they seem to have done is create something where it looks like the woman's come down the stairs and she's actually been abducted by this guy. And she's seen on the news that his previous partner has just been pulled out of the canal with her head missing. And she's cycling just to please him, so he doesn't murder her daughter. Nonetheless, I think the idea is good though. People working out at home through a subscription service, that would put less cars on the road, less traffic, less pollution, and people would be fitter. But crucially, if people were riding exercise bikes, there'd be less fucking cyclists on the road.